new heights when it comes to being a supporter. And I feel like the media is to blame for this. But in case you guys don't know, Angel Reese says that she has received death threats. She says that people have been standing in front of her house. Now, I believe this because I know that Jay Cutler, when he wasn't playing good, I think when he was with the Denver Broncos, that he said people were standing in front of his house. And the same particular thing happened to Matt Schaub. So I believe that. But I feel like the media has caused this due to the fact that they hyped up Caitlin Clark so much. Once again, a person who's won absolutely nothing. At the end of the day, it's funny how they expect, well, the black athletes to speak on certain subjects pertaining to certain subjects. But Caitlin Clark has not been called out and asked to say, hey, knock this stuff off. At the end of the day, Angel Reese has said on several occasions, there is no beef. They're just competitors. But these attacks on Angel Reese, are just absurd. You guys are really that upset because of the hand gesture she did when they won the national championship. It's that y'all took it that personal. It was okay when she was doing it, but then when Angel Reese did it, everybody hated her. And I noticed there are a lot of people that have been picking on Angel Reese, and it's really disappointing to see dudes in the black community attacking Angel Reese. At the end of the day, she's 22 years old. But it's funny that people want to proclaim racism when anybody, doesn't kiss Caitlin Clark's pinky ring. Then when we talk about racism directed towards the black community, black athletes, then all of a sudden there's no such thing as racism. Oh, here you go again. You're race baiting. So that just goes to show you the arrogance in the mental psyche of a lot of Caucasians. At the end of the day, as far as black people go, they just doing what they usually do, just being Sambos and bed wenches and mammies and Aunt Sally's. I just think it's crazy. Angel Reese said that people been putting up fake nude pictures of her. She said that people are harassing her family members that know who her family members are. They said that her uncles have been calling her to check on her and stuff. And why? Why there is so much hate towards Angel Reese? I don't get it. And do not come on here and say, oh, I don't think it's any racism. I don't think it's I don't think it's about race, but you're claiming it's about race when it pertains to Caitlin Clark. At the end of the day, I understand why Monica McNutt and Cheryl Swoops and other people are critical of Stephen A. Smith because he's been the main opponent, the main op when it came to caping for Caitlin Clark. But Stephen A. Smith stayed going against the grain. He got all this smoke for black people, love wagging his finger at black people, trying to act like he checking black people, via social media. First of all, a bitch nigga like Stephen A. Smith never could check me. Stephen A. Smith is a coward and a Sambo. And that's just the bottom line. And like I said before, the NBA for years could have put a marketing machine behind the WNBA. They could have been marketed around A'ja Wilson, but they didn't, who is clearly the best player on the planet. And this is why I'm going to start propping up A'ja Wilson. And this is why I say the black community, instead of us spending so much time talking about Caitlin Clark, let's continue to boost up Angel Reese and A'ja Wilson, because they the ones that should get props just as much as the white woman. Now, don't come on here and say that I'm race bait, but you claim that is racism directed towards Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark has never experienced no damn racism. So just stop it. And people saying that people are jealous of her. It's amazing how you get these bootlicks like Charles Barkley And Shannon ain't looking too good neither. But Stephen A. Smith has been the main advocate, the main Caitlin Clark sack hugger. Along with some other people saying she's the Messiah. And then I think the ultimate disrespect is to try to compare her to Michael Jordan, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I think that's absurd. People say, "Oh, well, she sells out arenas." Well, if you have a hype machine and you get people that can big up people, especially when she has the complexion for the protection, people will really believe it. It's easy for the media to manipulate people. They've been doing it for years. Oh, I've never seen anything like this. Oh, she's the greatest thing. See, that's the difference between me and other people. See, I know how it works because I am media. So I know some of their tricks. Like I said, I've interned. I've been at some of these radio stations. I know how it works. I explained to y'all on several occasions how it works. But to see this stuff, nobody can't even, I dare somebody to explain to me, why don't you like Angel Reese? Oh, their go-to move is going to be like, she needs to humble herself. Why? Y'all don't have no problem when the white players show off, which I don't have no problem with that. Ain't nothing wrong with showing swag. But I get it. You don't like it when they show up an opponent that's not, black. Don't do it. You could do it to other blacks. Just don't do it to a white person. Right? Yeah, she ain't won a damn thing. But yet she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But that's how I'm trying to explain to y'all how media hype works. It's easy for mainstream media. And then when you got a bunch of people that work for the networks, the mainstream networks, that's basically telling you what to say in these production meetings, then, okay, if you keep regurgitating something, it's like hypnosis. If you keep saying something, people are going to believe it. So that's how it works. But I stand on what I say. I'm going to say this again. Caitlin Clark can play, absolutely. But to sit up here and compare her to Michael Jordan, that's a slap in the face to Michael Jordan. That's a slap in the face to somebody like Cheryl Miller, who arguably is the greatest female basketball player in history. It's a disrespect that Asia Wilson is not getting no shine and she the best player on the planet. But everybody is hyping up Caitlin Clark. Now, somebody gonna come here afterwards and say, "Oh, you're making this about race," but you white motherfuckers that made this about race, and you coons that made this about race. But we already know why y'all doing it. Y'all Sambos, y'all doing it to get views and likes and subscribers. Compromise yourself. Not gonna do it. Once again, Caitlin Clark can play, but can she win? To compare her to Michael Jordan, let's not do that. Okay. Let's not compare her to Michael Jordan. Please stop. Tell her to go win 6 titles. Tell her to win like 10 scoring championships. Scoring titles. And tell her to win like 6 league MVPs. And no, she isn't the league MVP. Asia Wilson is the league MVP. Asia Wilson is the defensive player of the year. Asia Wilson has won championships. She's won league MVPs. But nobody's giving her no props. And she's far more exciting to watch play than Caitlin Clark. But there you have it. I got to get to work. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back with more later. Out.